Howdy, everyone. This is Sharon for another Conscious Sharon moment. And so, for this Conscious Sharon moment, what I want to talk about is extreme positivity. Yes, just think about how can there be too much positivity? Of course, we need positivity in our lives every day, in pretty much every moment, in most moments. But the thing is that sometimes trying to be or even being so much in a positive state of mind and ignoring all of you, all of your emotions, all of your feelings, all of your mood is really not helpful. And I noticed this, for the most part, I'm mostly a positive person. Sometimes may not be. I would say, I'm like everyone else working through those times when I'm activated, quote unquote, triggered. But I experienced this on the opposite side. I might have sensed it when I'm being positive, like someone is expressing something that they're going through, trying to be inspirational and motivational towards them, of uplifting. And sometimes we think that we're uplifting. But what I realized when I experienced it on the opposite end, meaning that I had a concern or something that needed to be addressed or whatever it was that I was dealing with, and the other person was extreme positive, I felt it. I felt like what I was going through, what I was expressing was being dismissed. Now I get it, being in alignment of what's positive, of not allowing negative energy, into your spirit. But one thing I can say is that, and again, I'm talking about more so close relationships, and it may not even be that, because we never know what someone is going through, no matter how close you may be, close in relationship, close in proximity. It just, you just never know what someone is going through. And so, again, having a positive attitude, a positive demeanor is really, really good, but not to the extent where you ignore what someone else is going through, where you try to make it seem like that they're just negative and whatever it may be. And so, now, one thing I will say is that if you are experiencing, if you're going through something, staying in a negative state or whatever word that you want to put in, you're going through something, not that you're staying because you're not trying. I know that. But if we stay in any, especially something that is not nourishing us, in that, uh, it can rewire your mind, your brain, and your spirit. That's the thing, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I did feel like I was not heard. And we don't want anyone, especially someone, who are family and friends, those individuals that we are close to. We want them to, it's like, oh, come to me, talk to me about anything. But then when someone do, then they get dismissed for being in their feelings or being accused of, I don't know, of whatever it may be. And so just be mindful. That's the gist of this message. Just be mindful of your positivity, of really, again, this is why self-care is so important, so you can discern when it's time to truly listen. Because most individuals don't need anyone to solve anything, to resolve anything. They really need someone to listen. Because majority of the time, we can really solve it on our own. It's just that in the midst of going through something, it's a lot. And it need to be, unload, unpack. And so self-care allows you to have a discernment. Is this a uplifting moment, or is this a moment for me to hold space for someone? And again, this is where you come to, the individual sacred spaces or the social sacred spaces. And so, are you a social? you know, Open your doors of being a social sacred space, because that extreme positivity, I guess you say, is key. That means no, 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 no. Both are important. Listen to a previous episode regarding these sacred spaces. So when it comes to extreme positivity, of course, continue the affirmation, continue, of having a magnificent vision of your life, of articulating those things that make you feel fantastic, terrific, and wonderful to others, and of course towards yourself. But also acknowledge that sometimes some individuals may be suffering and they just need to release it. Some release may need to be released in therapy. Majority of the time, it's those sensations that go through one's body that makes it at times unbearable. And just when you can have someone to truly, metaphorically, or even physically hold your hand and know that you are truly there and you care. So, again, positivity is great, but extreme positivity can do as much damage if someone's saying, a lot of hateful of negative words, because you feel dismissed. You feel like you're not connected to someone. And like I said, that's how I felt in that very moment. And I'm like, I get it. I get it. Of course, continue to be your positive self. But all I'm saying is use discernment in your words and even in your posture, because do you have a caring and embracing persona when someone is coming to you about something? Because it's something that they're dealing with and they're asking you for help. So, again, just be mindful of extreme positivity. So, thank you for listening to this Conscious Share moment. And also remember to like and share. And let me know if you're listening to this in the replay. And let me know of any particular topics you would like for me to discuss. Because, again, with these Conscious Share moments, these are observations, revelations, these aha moments, these insights that I've had, conversations that I've had with other people. I found them helpful, so I know that others will find them helpful as well. So again, thank you for joining me for this Conscious Sharing moment.